If you told me a random Tuesday night at some bougie steakhouse would change my entire life, I'd have laughed in your face. But that was before 4 strangers decided to turn me into their personal comedy show. And that was before I decided to turn their lives into a living hell. Before moving further, please subscribe to this channel for more interesting revenge stories. My name is Danny, and I'm gonna be real with y'all. I've been big my whole life. Not thick, not curvy, not plus-sized and proud on a t-shirt. Just big, and I made my peace with that a long time ago. Well, most days. That night, I just gotten promoted to senior director at a marketing firm downtown. First Black woman in that role, by the way. I wanted to celebrate. So I put on my favorite dress, emerald green, the one that makes me feel like a boss, and I walked into Caruso's, this fancy steakhouse on 5th. I gave the hostess my name. She looked me up and down, you know that look, and said, we might not have a table that's comfortable for you. Red flag number 1, but I smiled. I'll manage, sweetheart. She sat me at a table near the back, close to the kitchen, next to the bathroom. Coincidence? Yeah, right, but I didn't care. I was celebrating me. I ordered the ribeye medium rare with the truffle mashed potatoes. I ordered a glass of Malbec. I was living my best life. Then they showed up. 4 of them, 3 guys, 1 girl, all dressed like they just walked off a yacht. The girl, blonde, size 0, with that I peaked in sorority energy, sat down right across from me. And that's when it started. At first, it was whispers. You know, the kind where they want you to hear but pretend they don't. Then the blonde one, her name was Trisha, I found out later, she didn't even try to hide it no more. She looked right at me and said, loud enough for half the restaurant to hear, "Damn, they really let anybody in here now, huh?" Her boys laughed. One of them, tall, square-jawed, looked like a finance bro named Chad or Bradley, pulled out his phone, pointed it at me. "Yo, this is content right here," he said, grinning like a demon, and I just sat there, fork in my hand, steak getting cold, every eye in that restaurant on me. Some people looked away, embarrassed for me. Others, they was smiling. You ever been in a room full of people and felt like you were completely invisible and completely exposed at the same time? That's what it felt like. Like I was a joke that everyone was in on except me. I didn't cry. I didn't yell. I didn't throw my wine in Trisha's face, though God knows I wanted to. I stood up, dropped a $100 bill on the table, and walked out. But here's the thing about walking away from humiliation. People think it means you're weak. They think you're running. Nah, I wasn't running. I was strategizing. See, what Trisha and her little squad didn't know? My agency, we handled PR for some of the biggest brands in this country. And reputation, that's my entire game. I got in my car that night and I didn't drive home. I drove to my office. I opened my laptop and I started digging. Pattern interrupt, because here's what nobody tells you about people who publicly humiliate others. They always have something to hide. Always, it's like a law of nature. Cruel people are never just cruel. They're cruel because they're covering up something rotting inside their own lives. It took me 2 days, that's it. Phone guy, his name was Bryce Danforth. Works at a hedge fund. Turns out Bryce liked to, let's say, embellish his client reports. I found emails, leaked ones, showing he'd inflated returns to keep investors happy. SEC would have a field day with that. Blonde Trisha Hollister. Influencer. Wellness guru. Preaches self-love and body positivity to 200,000 followers. Meanwhile, her DMs? Full of her making fun of plus-sized women in gym locker rooms, screenshotting them, sharing them in group chats. Real sick stuff. The other 2? One was a real estate developer cutting corners on building inspections, and I mean dangerous corners. The other owed $40,000 in back taxes and was hiding assets under his girlfriend's name. Like I said, cruel people, they're never just cruel, they're covering something up, and I just happened to be the one with the shovel. I didn't go nuclear right away. Nah, revenge is like cooking, you gotta let it simmer. Phase 1. Anonymous tips. I sent a carefully worded email to Bryce's HR department. Concerned colleague, type vibe, just enough to trigger an internal audit. I sent screenshots of Trisha's group chat to 3 different gossip blogs. Not her face, not yet, just the content. Popular wellness influencer exposed for body shaming. Didn't name her, just let the internet do what the internet does. For the real estate guy, a tip to the city inspector's office. Anonymous complaint about building code violations at his newest development. For the tax guy, a friendly heads up to the IRS whistleblower program. Within 72 hours, the dominoes started falling. Bryce got pulled into a meeting with compliance. His boss told him he was being investigated. He posted on his Instagram story, "I was watching some vague thing about fake news and people trying to bring you down. Girl, you brought yourself down." Trisha started panicking when the gossip blogs ran the story without naming her. She posted a tearful video about how she was being targeted and misunderstood. Her followers split down the middle. Some believed her, others were like, "If the shoe fits, ma'am." And me, I was sitting in my apartment, eating leftover ribeye, watching it all unfold like a Netflix series. Only this one, I was the director. Before I get into what happened next, and trust me, this is where it gets really good, if you're enjoying this story, do me a solid and hit that like button. It actually helps more than you think, and I read every single comment. Now back to the revenge. Phase 2, I stopped being subtle. I compiled everything, and I mean everything, into one clean, professional, undeniable package. Screenshots, dates, timestamps, cross-referenced, organized, bulletproof. And I sent it everywhere. Bryce's inflated reports, straight to the SEC and 2 financial journalists I knew personally. Trisha's full archive of body-shaming content, sent to every plus-size creator she'd ever mocked, along with a media kit. They did the rest. The real estate developer's violations, full report to the city, plus a local investigative news team. The tax guy. IRS got a second, more detailed tip. With documentation. Within a week, Bryce was suspended pending investigation. His firm put out a statement about taking these allegations seriously. Translation. His 6-figure salary was on life support. Trisha lost 3 brand deals in 48 hours. 3. Her wellness empire was built on body positivity, and she was exposed as the exact opposite. She posted an apology video, you know the type, crying, no makeup, "I've grown so much," and it got ratioed into oblivion. The developer, city shut down his project. Full stop. Code violations so bad they had to redo the entire foundation. He was looking at millions in losses. Tax guy, IRS opened a formal investigation. His girlfriend found out she was an accessory. She left him. Pattern interrupt, remember when they said I didn't belong in that restaurant? Funny how life works, right? Now here's where it gets good. 2 months later, there's a charity gala downtown. Big one. Black tie. The kind of event where the city's who show up to pretend they care about something other than themselves. I'm there because my firm is a sponsor. And guess who's there? All 4 of them, looking like they've been through a blender. Bryce under investigation, drinking too much. Trisha lost half her followers, trying to rebuild, nobody returning her calls. The developer desperately trying to find new investors because his last project went up in smoke. Tax guy alone, his girlfriend gone, his money tied up. I walked right up to them, not with anger, not with tears, with a smile. "Hey," I said, casual as Sunday morning. "Remember me from Caruso's?" Bryce's face went white. Like ghost white, Trisha's jaw dropped. She actually took a step back. "You," she started. "Me," I said. "The woman you humiliated, the woman you thought was nothing." Dead silence. You could hear a pin drop on that marble floor. Bryce stammered, You did this. You're behind all of it?" I leaned in, just close enough for them to hear. "You made a video of me, called me a joke, made me feel like I didn't deserve to exist in that restaurant." I straightened up. "Now look at you. I want you to understand something," I said, and my voice was calm, not angry. "Calm, that's worse. Everyone knows calm is worse. You didn't just mock my weight that night. You tried to make me feel like less of a person, like my body was a crime, like I didn't deserve respect." I looked at each of them. And now, every single one of you is learning what it feels like when the world decides you don't deserve respect either. Trisha's eyes filled with tears. "I'm sorry," she whispered. "I'm so sorry," I nodded slowly. "You should be. But here's the thing about sorry, it doesn't undo what you did. It doesn't erase the shame I felt sitting in that restaurant with everyone staring at me like I was some kind of circus act. I'm not here for your apology. I'm here so you never forget this feeling, the feeling of being exposed, humiliated, powerless, because now you know exactly what you put me through." 3 more months went by. Bryce lost his license. The SEC investigation found enough to permanently bar him from managing investments. He's working at a car dealership now. No shame in that, but it's a long way from Wall Street. Trisha tried to rebrand. Nobody bought it. She's doing something, not influencing anymore. The internet has a long memory, and hers is permanently attached to the word hypocrite. The developer, bankrupt. His investors sued him for negligence. He lost everything, the house, the cars, the boat, all of it. Tax guy? Fined heavily. And yes, the IRS always collects. B-roll, Danny in her office, confident, leading a meeting, and me, I got another promotion. I started a mentorship program for young women in marketing. I spoke at 3 conferences that year. I bought a condo with a rooftop view, but the best part, I went back to Caruso's. Same hostess, same restaurant, same emerald dress. This time, she sat me at the window table, the best seat in the house. Here's what I learned, and I want y'all to really hear this. When people try to make you feel small, it's never about you. It's always about them. Their insecurities, their emptiness, their need to step on someone just to feel tall. But karma doesn't forget. Karma doesn't rush. Karma just shows up, right on time. You don't have to be petty, you don't have to be cruel. You just have to be patient and let people destroy themselves with their own ugliness. I'm Danny, and I'm never shrinking again. If this story hit different, drop a comment and tell me, have you ever had a moment where karma came through for you? I read every single one. Hit that subscribe button if you want more revenge stories like this, and I'll catch y'all in the next one.